Hello everyone. The objective of this session is string class, string tokenizer class and string buffer. Now let us go for the content of the lecture. The string class. The string means sequence of the characters in the Java. The objects of the strings are immutable, which means a constant and cannot be changed once it is created. String can be initialized like string name equal to Dr. Bhavin Shah. We have one more method to create a string is a new string, and then what is the content of the string. We have some other methods also. What we require to do is we require to refer the Java documentation of a string class. From that documentation we will find various constructors and various methods of the string class. Now second is the string buffer class. The string buffer is a peer class of the string. It is a growable and writable character sequence. It has append, insert, length and capacity methods. It will automatically grow to make room for the additional spaces. String tokenizer class. Whenever we want to create a tokens of the string, we want to create a separate portions of the string on basis of some element, then string tokenizer class will be used. It is in a Java util package. It is used to break string into the tokens. So this is the first program of the string. Here we have created a one character array. Then we want to create a string from that character array, and then we are printing the s1. Then we have a second string, that abade, and then we have a third string, the one more variety to create the string, and then we are using the compare to method. The compare to method will do the lexicographically comparison. We will check it, basically string s2 with s3, that's same, then b, that's same, then a, here we have a difference. So at this time it will stop and it will find out the difference between these two characters. That's a minus b, that will be the minus 1, and that minus 1 will be written. So this will print a minus 1. Then we have a fourth string, and we can do the string concatenation like this, and then we are printing s4. Now let us check the output. See, fine. So this is basically output of the first program. Let us move to the second program. Here in the second program we have a s1 string, that success we have, s1 s2 string also have a success, and then we are assigning the s1 equal to s3 equal to s1, and then we are doing the double equal to operation. We are using the double equal to operator. So this will basically check whether the content of the both string, not content, but it will check whether both the strings are same or not. Fine. Like here we have s1 and s2. The content are same, but both the strings are different. So it will give you false over here. Now let us check it. So see, and for the second case, s1 equal to s3. Basically, this both the strings are same. S1, s3 equal to s1 means that we are giving the one more name to the s1 string, that's the s3 name, alias. So both the strings are same. So here it will check whether both the objects are same or not their value. So that's a basically double equal to operator we have. And then we have a various methods of the string. Here we have an index of, it will find out the basically index of first occurrence of n. The index start from a 0. Then we have a last index of, it will check it from the last. Then here we have some more options available. Last for the index of t10, from the 10th position it will start checking. Then last index of t60, From the 60th position it will start checking. Then again substring from the 6th place to the remaining place, it will create a substring and will give you, it will go for the 3rd to 8th position and will give you as a substring concat. Basically white space and word will be added, replace L will be replaced to the W, then we have a lower case that will convert into lower case, then trim will remove the unwanted spaces, then length will give you the length of the string, then character at 7, what is the character available on 7th position will be given. In such a way we have a various functions available of the string. See this. The start with we want to check whether the string is starting from HEL or not, and with we want to check whether the string is ending with a EXES or not. Fine. Okay. So now we'll move to the next program, string buffer. Now here we have a new string Java is, and then we have a one variable I equal to 20. We should know that this is a SB string buffer basically object we have created. That is the value Java is. Now here we have a append function. Append means insert at n. So at n we will have a 20 values. So something like Java is 20 will be the content. Then we are printing the content. Like first we are printing line, then we are printing the SB, that's the Java is 20 will be printed. Then length and capacity, here we have a two functions. The length says how many actual characters SB store, and the capacity says how many characters we can able to store as of now in this string buffer. So that's basically length and capacity. And then we have again insert function in a string buffer. Insert at second position hello. So what is the content right now we have? In that content from the second position insert what is the say content we are providing over here. So that will do the insert. Then again we are putting the SB and then length and then capacity. We have a insert one more. Fine. And then again we have a SB, then length and then capacity. Now let us check it. See, Java is 20, the first string. Fine, we have used the append. Then length is 10. Total number of the characters we have stored is a 10. The capacity of the string buffer is a 20. We can store 24 characters at this time. Then we have a done insert at second. Then we have a hello that is available. Fine. And then we have a length is a 16. See the capacity is 24. Fine. Okay. So we again right now we have enough space, and then we have added something Dr. Bhavin Shah enjoy. Okay. See the capacity and the length. Length is a 39. The capacity has been increased up to the 50. So that's the basically string buffer is. And then strings tokenizer, that we want to tokenize the string. So at that time we will use a string tokenizer. The string tokenizer is available in a util. Right? Okay, so now let us go for that. Here what we have done is we have a new string. Hello, I am Dr. Bhavin Shah. What is the string you can give? And you want to do the token by using a white space. If you want to token by using a dot, you can put a dot. Then if you will put a dot, then this first string and then this second content and then this third content will be printed. Here we have a white space. So after each and every white space, it will tokenize the string. And then we have a various method of the string tokenizer class. We have a while loop up to the say has more tokens, and then we are printing the next tokens. We can refer the string tokenizer class of the Java documentation to find out the other methods of a string tokenizer class. Now let us check it. See, hello, I am Dr. Dot Bhavin Shah. This is a string tokenizer class. This is the assignment and this is the communication details.